Okay, pro wrestling fans, people have been asking me all week, since Wednesday night at least, Mike, who do you think it's going to be? Who's this AEW surprised? AEW surprise, I'm getting a little tongue-tied. My prediction, it could be a lot of people. I'm going to predict Brock Lesnar. I'll give you a few reasons. I don't think we have seen Brock Lesnar in the WWE since WrestleMania almost a year ago, when he dropped the title to Drew McIntyre. By my memory, at least, we haven't seen Drew come back for any type of rematch or promo or angle or anything. Am I wrong? Am I forgetting something? I don't think I am. So that's a bit unusual for Brock to be gone that long. I believe, I could be wrong, that Brock was kind of on a deal-to-deal, or he'd sign a contract for a year at a time, or for 5 or 6 matches. It was always very, kind of like a part-time type of thing. We did see stretches where we'd see a lot more of Brock than usual, or whatever the fuck. I just think it's going to be Brock Lesnar. I think if you look at the schematic of the current WWE programming, Brock wouldn't really fit in unless he were to come in perhaps as a babyface and go after Roman with Heyman as a heel, but that would leave Brock without that manager spot that he's kind of excelled in, having Heyman do his talking for him, because Brock can't promo and wrestle. He can't do both, apparently. So there you go, kind of an incomplete talent. So who would manage Brock in AEW? I think that's a important thing. So here's a scenario that I'm going to propose. I would love, for whatever the fuck reason, I have this scenario, and here it is. So AEW Dynamite, or we go to the, Paul White's made this little teaser. We go to this pay-per-view, and we're going through match after match, casino battle royals and Marco stunts and all this crap, and we don't see any sign of this Hall of Fame worthy person until we see this brutal barbed wire exploding canine explosive match, or whatever the fuck it's called. Not canines, not exploding dogs, but the explosives. And I could see Brock interfering in that match and helping Omega retain the title, and kind of being a glorified heater, so to speak, for Kenny Omega, and being managed by Don Callis. And I could see Callis, managing Lesnar, and basically Callis being the spokesman for Lesnar in AEW, as Heyman was for all these years in WWE. So, and I could see that they could do that. They could help Omega retain the title. That gives, as Shane Douglas, the franchise would say, gives fucking Jon Moxley a yeah, but. Yeah, you beat me, Omega. Yeah, but, you had to have that big goon with you. Now, the hole in the cheese of this theory is that this would probably, it would make us think that you're going to lead to a Moxley-Lesnar match. And we all know that 5 or 6 years ago, they had a WrestleMania match that stunk. They were not working well together. I think Moxley/Ambrose is a little bit elevated now. Although he did have a WWE Bruno belt, world title lineage belt run in him, I think that Moxley probably commands more respect. And if Brock could be convinced to do better business, or they just blow it off, okay, Lesnar made his debut, he fucked over Moxley, but then he went about his business. I could see that happening. Where would this go the next night? Who would be a good opponent for Lesnar? Let's say they hold off on Lesnar Moxley for a while. I could see them doing, believe it or not, I'd like to see this. I'd like to see a stare down between fucking Lesnar and Luchasaurus. I think of all the guys who could keep up with, Lesnar's type of ring size and his presence, Luchasaurus, of the guys on the AEW roster, unless you just want a sacrificial lamb Billy Gunn in there, Billy Gunn and his son, make them sacrifices like sheep to a lion. Otherwise, I could see Luchasaurus, you know, like a nice stare down, those fucking horns and the green mask, and Brock. Might be nice. So I'm just kind of predicting a fucking, it's a little bit weird, yeah, but what the fuck, it's a prediction, it's not a guarantee. Look, I've got my own life to live. I'm a published author now, so I know that you people have been requesting these rants, requesting my insights and my theories. I'm just giving you my fucking opinion. Is this going to happen or not? I don't know. I mean, look, I do know that Brock Lesnar has been known, according to Jim Cornette, according to UFC, to be a proponent of steroid use. So it's not like I give a flying fuck in any event. I mean, I've already, you know, checked my video, I Beat Brock Lesnar, where I explored the mechanics of what it is to be a valuable and worthy human being. I, as a published book writer, A Distance from Avalon, When the Dying and Dead Reunite by Mike Messier, available on Amazon for paperback and Kindle. I have a lot more intelligence than Brock Lesnar. I'm a better human being. I mean, I care more about people and I do more for people than Brock Lesnar, I'm sure. But if you're going to finger bang yourself or, you know, put your panties around your ankles for Brock Lesnar all weekend, then I'm just giving you fuel for your fire. So enjoy it. People have been saying, Mike, you've been going to these AEW Dynamite shows. Are you going to go to the pay-per-view? If I'm cordially invited, I'll consider it. But it is the day of the Lord, the Sabbath, so that's a consideration. That's about it. So if you see the show and this happens, then it'll happen. If not, it won't. Mike Messier with your AEW Revolution prediction. Who will be the mystery man? Credit for AEW, more hype and suspense about this in anything like this since who will be the third man? You know, the NWO 1996. So credit that they've done well with this. MikeMessier.com, Mike Messier YouTube channel. Subscribe, like, share.